I'm putting away my digital cameras, and for the next 365 days, I'm shooting nothing but film. No instant feedback, no deleting, just whatever light happens to be captured on the film stock that's in my camera at the time, and that's it. Now, there are a couple of caveats to this challenge that I'm setting myself, so I'm going to outline them here, mostly so I can keep myself accountable throughout the journey. Essentially, everything personal that I shoot will be shot on film. That means vacations, travel, family photos, me going out on photography walks, street photography, anything like that, I'll be shooting exclusively on film. The caveats to this are, of course, my client work. Not all my clients are going to want me to shoot on film. In fact, most of them won't. A lot of them like to review photos as we're going and as we're shooting, so that just won't be possible for me to do that, unfortunately. The second caveat is that I also want to make content for this channel that revolve around cameras such as the Fujifilm X100VI, which I talk about a lot on this channel. There are just videos that I have banked that I really want to get out there, and it's going to require me to take shots to demonstrate certain things. So for those things specifically, I will obviously have to shoot with those cameras, but I'll be very clear and honest about when that is and why I'm shooting those things. I think it's important that I mention where the inspiration from wanting to do this challenge comes from. And for anyone that watches this kind of content on YouTube, there's probably already a name coming to mind right now, as Peter McKinnon obviously did exactly this and has recently finished shooting for a whole year on film. I've definitely been inspired by Peter McKinnon's journey in film, but I'm also surrounded by people locally here that shoot a lot on film and have kind of got me excited about wanting to shoot more on the format. So why film and why now? Well, first off, I think taking photos with a film camera just forces you to slow down. It's something we hear all the time. I've been shooting on 35mm consistently now for the last couple of months, but mixed in with obviously shooting a lot of digital as well. And I've just noticed that whenever I pick up my film cameras, every single shot forces me to slow right down and really think about what it is I'm taking a photo of. Now, this is definitely going to be challenging for me because I have a 2-year-old and she's one of my favorite subjects to photograph. Slowing things down and taking your time with shots don't really go hand in hand with photographing a 2-year-old or a toddler. For me, this is not about following a trend, it's about getting unstuck in my photography journey. I've been shooting for almost 2 decades now. At some point, I feel like our creativity just demands change. I think part of the reason I'm also slowing down is because of the cost involved. Every single frame is costing money. I've gotten into a habit of just overshooting and underthinking, and I think that's just something that's so easy to do in today's digital format. I know that I've been craving authenticity in everything that I do and moving more and more toward analog wherever I can. It's also kind of funny that my favorite camera to shoot on is the Fujifilm X100VI, and the whole point of that camera is to emulate film stock. So why not cut out the middleman and just shoot on the actual film stock itself? Film has all of the imperfections that we're digitally putting into our images anyway. Things like film burn, grain, missed exposures, and light leaks all happen naturally and at times when you least expect them to, which is what I think adds that magical texture and feel to a lot of photographs shot on film. When it comes down to it, I just want to push myself as a photographer. I've come to realize that I've gotten lazy, and I didn't realize that until I started shooting on film. One of the reasons I've avoided film in the past is because of my location. I live in the Cayman Islands, and we have 0 film labs here. When the digital era came in, the few film labs that were here shut down almost immediately. In order for you to process anything, you'd have to send your film stock overseas, wait for it to be developed, and then get it shipped back if you wanted the negatives. It just made consistently shooting on film incredibly difficult and incredibly expensive. What's changed now is that I've actually invested in some of my own equipment so that I can process my own film and scan my own negatives, something I'm going to be diving into a lot on this channel going forward. A friend of mine introduced me to his own C41 kit and has since processed a few rolls of film for me, and this just had me hooked. So for the first time, I can shoot, develop, and scan film all here in Cayman. The first camera I ever technically owned was handed down to me by my stepfather. It's a Nikon FE, but I also recently picked up a Canon Canonet QL17 G3 model, which is a rangefinder 35mm film camera, and I'll be shooting a hell of a lot on that too. And I'm sure along the way, I'll be picking up a few more cameras as I go. All right, this is future Rob here. While I was editing this piece, I actually bought a new camera, which is the Nikon FE2. which is the upgrade to the FE bodies that I previously had. And the reason I bought these cameras is because the shutter speed goes up to 1/4000th of a second, which being in Cayman means I can shoot in conditions like this, bright daylight, and not have to use an ND filter, which is pretty important for less gear to travel with, less things to go wrong, and just more flexibility while shooting. One of the cool things about buying this camera is that it came with 3 new lenses, which is another 50mm, which I don't really need another one of, but good to have anyways, and the condition, to be honest, is better than the ones I do have. Plus the 105mm 2.8, which is a notorious lens, and such a great lens to have in the kit. And lastly, a 24mm 2.8, which would be great for street photography. So this location is called Malportas Pond, and I'm here shooting right now for a client. We're working on a calendar for a bank, and we're just basically capturing some nature. So I'm gonna be shooting some 35mm film for myself, but also shooting some digital for that, as well as getting some drone photography. I'm going to document this entire journey and this entire process and share it with you. The good moments, the bad moments, the good photos, the not so good photos, and everything in between. I can't wait to get stuck into developing the film and walking you through that process, as well as sharing any tips and tricks I pick up along the way. I've never considered myself a niche photographer. I like to dabble in absolutely everything: portraiture, studio, street photography, landscape, wildlife. There's nothing that I won't shoot. I think diversifying the way we shoot makes us better photographers. There might be things that we obviously trend towards that we feel like we're better at, so we kind of stick to those things a little more. Portraiture is definitely something that stands out to me more than anything else, especially kind of on the cusp portraiture, which may be borderline street photography. But the channel won't be abandoning digital entirely. Like I said, one of my caveats is that I've got videos planned for this channel that specifically revolve around cameras like the Fujifilm X100VI and anything that kind of falls in line with shooting on digital. If you want to follow along on this journey, please don't forget to hit subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when I'm releasing new videos. And of course, if you like this content, please consider liking the video and drop a comment below. Let me know what your preference is, film or digital. The challenge starts right now today. I will no longer be shooting any digital content for myself. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.